No lazy money. That's what Nick says. Nick Hopwood's the founder and president of Peak Wealth. He's joining me now. He's also says Mr. Roth is back in 2026. All right, we're going to get you a QR code for a free Social Security analysis at the end of the segment here today. Nick, good morning. Good to have you here.
Hey, good morning, Steve. And I guess we're celebrating the Big Ten this week, right?
Yeah, apparently we are. Look, 3 years in a row, the Big Ten has taken the National Football crown home. For all those analysts, just got that to say. Got that done. Let's see here. GDP growth estimate 5.4% for Q4, 5.3% according to some others, but over 5%. So the Fed is most likely on hold until summer. Look, this guy's got to go. Rates are falling. Mortgages are at, 6% or less, 5.5% for 15 years. Car loans, 4.6%. A chance for people to refinance and put that money that they're locking up there to work somewhere else. That's what you're suggesting, right?
Well, it's an opportunity. On the refinance, it can be expensive. So I would, say it's a case-by-case basis. If you want to consider it, send us the info. We can evaluate the case for you. But yeah, Steve, GDP coming in at 5 and 6% on the estimates. It's quite remarkable. I can't remember the last time before COVID where we had some strength like that. Although the haters will say it's the result of less imports coming from the tariffs. So make of it what you wish, but anytime we're over 5%, it's very solid.
Yeah, it's interesting. The tariffs, according to the naysayers, that was going to destroy everything. American consumers were going to pay so much more. Well, inflation's at 2.7% last time I checked. GDP is booming. Gas is cheaper than it was a year ago or 2 years ago. Certainly 3 years ago, and it was $5 a gallon. I mean, to me, I don't feel the pinch of the tariffs. I'm sure some industries do, but people are readjusting, realigning, bringing manufacturing to America. That's a good thing, is it not?
It is. I saw a study referenced over the weekend which suggested that like 90-some% of the tariff prices were passed on to us. But like you said, anecdotally, I don't feel that. I'm not sure, who put together that study, and I'm not sure if it's true. But my thought when I read it was it seems a little fishy.
Yeah. All right. So you set goals personally for yourself. You're a financial planner. But you set goals for yourself, your family, where you want to be, how much you want to save, what do you want to invest in. Everybody should do that. Everybody should have a plan and execute a plan. Otherwise, it's just willy-nilly. That's my take. What are your thoughts on a plan right now, January 2026, for the rest of the year?
Well, Steve, obviously my family, we're maxing out our Roth 401k, maxing out our HSA. We just funded our backdoor Roths. We have a systematic plan to fund our brokerage account every month. I just ran through the kids' 529 numbers and they look good. We plan on selling some duplexes and doing 1031 exchanges into commercial properties. But you have to back up a step and say, well, what are our values? What is our purpose? What is our mission? And what is our 10-year, 5-year, 3-year, and what are our 1-year goals? You don't just start putting money into a brokerage account. I mean, you're heading in the right direction, but you're not necessarily optimizing and you don't know where the end game is. That's where the blueprinting book comes in. If Anthony has that, the blueprinting guide, there you go. Live your life by design, not by default. And Steve, did you know only 10% of people write down their goals? And if you do write down your goals, you have a 42% increased chance of reaching those goals. So why not do it?
Well, it's a funny thing. Ivy always says we got to write down our goals January of every year. We write them down. And last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, we went through them. We got almost all of them done in 25. Almost all of them, because you write them down and you revisit them from time to time during the year. We'll have a mid-year revisit. Where do you want to be? What do you want to do? Who do you want to see? Do you want to make money? Do you want to read books? Do you want to take a vacation to a certain place? Whatever your goals might be, put it in writing. And it really works. Now, before we get too optimistic and too Pollyanna, there's always room for a correction in this market. I mean, I never thought I would see the day. Now, I've said this. We're going to hit 50,000 on the Dow, I believe. It keeps crowding up 49.5, not quite making it. It's going to break 50,000, but a correction, it's inevitable at some point, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think I mentioned this in December. Plan ahead, like when you're planning your 2026, plan ahead and think, when the correction comes, because most likely each year we will have a correction of a 10% drop. Have a plan, understand what your action will be. Are you going to sell and panic? Are you going to ride it out? Or are you going to use it as an opportunity to buy more? So that's the mindset that I want you to have. And keep in mind that when you're watching CNBC and they put up that markets in turmoil graphic, keep this in mind. I saw this recently. Between 2010 and 2020, they put up this graphic 80 times.
Really?
Yep. So 80 out of 80 times, if you would have bought the day they put up that graphic, 1 year later, you would have been up on average 40%. So 80, it's 100% backwards tested, 100% probability of success with huge gains. So instead of being fearful, remember that stat. If there's anything you remember from today's segment here, remember that.
When CNBC puts up the markets in turmoil, read it as buy, baby, buy is what you should be reading, not markets in turmoil. However, people do get nervous when the markets turn down, especially if they're retired or they have, whatever issue they might be facing and so on and so forth. All right, so Steve, before we go.
Steve, I took 3 calls yesterday over Greenland.
Really?
Yeah, the calls are coming in.
When you say calls about Greenland, what do you mean?
People who look at this as a fearful opportunity in the market to panic. That's what I mean.
They're worried about Greenland. You see, I'm hoping I can find it on Zillow soon. I mean, a fishing camp in Greenland for Atlantic salmon, that would be spectacular to me. So they've got the wrong attitude.
They do have the wrong attitude.
They do.
People think differently.
They do. All right, the QR code. You can get a free Social Security analysis from Nick Hopwood at Peak Wealth Management. Also get a free copy of the book, all right? A free copy of the book that he just mentioned. Go to that QR code. Nick's going to hook you up. Don't panic. When markets in turmoil, buy. That's what I've learned here. Do not have money sitting on the sidelines either. Nick Hopwood, always appreciate you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve.
There you have it. The QR code. Don't miss it. There it is. We'll be right back.